whether or not any changes had been made by Charles to the life insurance policy.
He told me that he had changed his beneficiary to his sister Kay, and as he was proceeding to tell me some of the things that were going on, I suggested to him that maybe he should let Lori know that he had changed the beneficiary on his life insurance to Kay.
Why would you tell him that?
Because of the things that he was describing to me and his concerns for his safety and the thought that money would come into play.
Do you recall where you were when you made that suggestion to Charles?
We were sitting at dinner at the Keg.
So this is on July 10th.
Correct.
What was his demeanor like when you told him that?
He kind of chuckled and said that he probably should. Said that was a good idea.
You told us that you don't know Lori Vallow, correct?
I do not.
Would it be fair to say that you sort of have no beef in this case?
I have no beef in this case.
Do you know any of Charles's family back then?
No.
Any of Lori Vallow's family back then?
No.
When you, I guess, left Charles after talking in the parking lot that evening, you told us that you had sort of unformalized plans to see Charles the next day.
Correct.
Was there like someone would call someone, or how was that supposed to go?
He just said that he needed to do the things that I said, have a morning with JJ, find a place to live, meet up with Lori's brother Adam, and then we would meet up somewhere for a late lunch or something.
Did you ever try to reach him on July 11th?
I did.
Did you try texting him ever?
Around 11-ish in the morning, I texted him and asked how his morning with JJ had been.
Did you get a response back?
I did not.
Did you try calling him?
A couple hours later, I called once, yes.
Did you get a call back?
I did not.
What were you thinking when you didn't hear from Charles after you spent this night?
I was puzzled how I had misread what I had thought been a good date so wrong that he would not even take the courtesy to reply. Wondered why, but just figured that was what his decision was.
So on July 11th, when you're not hearing back from Charles, did you know that he had been shot and killed?
No.
Did you later learn that Charles had been killed from seeing something on TV?
I was watching TV in December, I believe, and his picture came on the screen, and it said that he was dead.
When you learned that in December that he had been killed, did you learn when that had happened? Did you try to investigate?
I did. They said the date, and I thought, oh my gosh, that's right about when I went out with him. And so I went to my phone and thought I probably had deleted our text conversations. If I'm not dating someone and I text, I usually delete the thread, but I had not, and I had the conversations, and then I realized that I was with him until 10:45 that night, and that he died at 7:30-ish the next morning.
And did you later then talk with the police in April of 2020 to tell them what you knew about this case?
I did.
Thank you. The state has no other questions.
Uh-oh. I need to cut the music off of this one. Hold on. I need to cut it all the way. I need everything. Girl, she about to my husband her to death. I mean, they know what I mean.
Correct.
And we have not met before, correct?
We've not.
Okay. And you stated that your husband, or my husband, told you that he
Woo!
was going through a divorce. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And did you have any way to verify that?
No,
Girl.
I didn't try to verify that.
Okay. So did it surprise you later to find out that we were not in the process of a divorce?
You weren't. You were.
Charles was in the process of a divorce.
He was not in the process of a divorce. Did it surprise you to find that out? I've seen it all
Girl.
on TV where we're not getting divorced.
Okay.
That's what
So,
you say. Are you a
on the
liar?
website that you met him, did he say he was divorced?
I'm not certain.
Would you have gone on a date with him if he would have said he was married?
Girl, the pot, not the pot. Not the pot.
If I would have realized how married he still was,
Not
maybe not.
the pot.
But
Child.
I just met for dinner. I wasn't sleeping with him or anything.
Do you go on dates with
Exactly.
married men? Not naturally?
Argumentative. I'm going to also object under 611 for harassment.
All right.
Hold on, I gotta go back, y'all. Hold on. I think I kind of hold on. I'm sorry. Let me hear it again.
If I would have realized how married he still was, maybe not. But I just met for dinner. I wasn't sleeping with him or anything.
Do you go on dates with married men? Not naturally?
Argumentative. I'm going to also object under 611 for harassment.
All right. I'll sustain the objection.
Your Honor, do I not have a right to cross-examine this witness for what she has already testified to?
You can cross-examine her about what she's testified to.
She ain't testified to that.
So you did go on a date with married men,
I went on a date with Charles.
but you did not know he was married.
I knew his divorce was not final.
His divorce was not started.
Okay.
Okay.
Girl.
So in your text messages, you asked Charles
For
if he
always.
was a good
Listen.
kisser. Is that correct?
Maybe, sure.
Did he answer that text message?
I'm
gonna
sure.
object to
I'm sure he did.
relevance. Again, 611 harassment.
I'll sustain the objection for relevance and hearsay.
So are you trying to tell me and this jury that you went on one date with my husband and he told you all the details of our lives?
I'm telling you the truth, and that's what I know.
So you spent your whole date getting to know each other, talking about me.
Ooh.
Don't flatter yourself. No, we did not spend the whole time talking about it.
You knew a lot about me, right?
I knew what I've testified to.
What else did you talk about on your date?
In your business.
Lots of things.
Like what, for instance?
Life, kids, the church, lots of things.
Okay. Did he tell you about anything about our other 4 children?
Yes,
So you knew that we did have 5 children as well?
I did.
Okay. Did he talk to you about my daughter Tylee?
He did.
Did he talk about his relationship with her?
I don't recall that.
Did he talk about the contention in his relationship with my daughter Tylee?
I don't recall that.
I'm sure you don't.
I'm going to object to comments by the defendant made after questions testifying.
I'll sustain the objection.
On your date, you talked about my husband was a life insurance salesman, is that correct?
I knew he did something with money and insurance, but I really didn't know the details of what he did for work. Like I said, I don't ask the details about what someone does for work when I'm trying to get to know someone.
But you knew that he sold life insurance, you stated that.
I believe that I had a vague understanding that he did something with insurance.
And then he brought that up again at dinner.
No, we didn't talk about his work at dinner.
I thought you said you did talk about, correct me if I'm wrong, you said you did talk about that he changed the life insurance policy at dinner.
Well, you were asking me if we talked about that he sold insurance, which that didn't happen. But yes, he did tell me that he changed the beneficiary of his life insurance policy at dinner.
Did he tell you how much his life insurance policy was for?
Yes, he did.
What did he say?
$1 million.
Did he tell you how much my life insurance policy was for?
I do not recall.
You don't recall?
We didn't talk about you very much in that vein.
When did you talk to him about me very much then? If it wasn't at dinner, was it in your text messages?
We were talking about what he was going through in the process of separating from you, not about what your life insurance policy was worth. And we talked about you on the phone, and when I say you, meaning what he was doing as he was going through this separation.
So let me understand. You were dating some different men on this website, right? From the websites.
Different men.
Would you say it was common for
Oh Lord, she trying to make us look
men
bad.
to be talking so much about their
Child.
supposed ex-wives during their conversations with a potential,
It's actually very common,
really?
really.
Interesting.
And again, Your Honor, I'm
All right.
going to object to the defendant making comments after her questions. and
I'm
then
sorry, Your
strike.
Honor. I won't do that again.
All right, please stop.
I'll just ask the questions.
Thank you.
Yeah, please. Yeah, she being nosy, Don. I agree. And don't flatter yourself. I agree. I agree.
So there were some text messages between you and my husband after the dinner on July 10th. Is that correct?
Correct.
What time would those text messages have occurred?
After dinner,
What time?
10:45-ish.
10:45 to what?
Girl, I would have go
dinner.
off on her. Ooh, child.
10:45 to midnight, maybe?
I just told you I don't know. Maybe.
What did you discuss in those text messages?
No, you
I
didn't.
object to relevance again. If there's a specific area.
Sustained.
You testified a minute ago that Charles told you a lot of things about his wife. You didn't say ex-wife, but you said wife. Is that correct?
Okay, sure.
What were a lot of things?
The things that I've testified to.
Can you be specific?
Am I allowed to do a narrative then?
Let's go on sidebar.
Child, relevance. I would have, listen, I would be a hostile witness too. I agree. I agree. I would have become a hostile witness. Now you just being nosy. You already got all the text messages that you need. I like the way this, I love the way this witness is handling her. But baby, I told y'all, did y'all got y'all pop? Hold on, let me get me a little drink while it's just good old agua. I don't think it's no lick. It's nothing in here anymore. Oh, I gotta ask him. Oh gosh, that's him. Child, I knew she was gonna come for her. I knew she was coming for her, baby girl. I would have went in on Lori. Yo, what? You talking about what? Your what? Not when you had your kid. Did he talk about Tylee? Not when you had her unalived. No, like we don't remember. Y'all, this dag on the Doomsday mom is Doomsday. Do you hear me? She is Doomsday. I knew she was. He didn't say X, did he? Girl, we see all the video. We saw all the video. We saw you in a white dress on this beach on the sand, hugged up with Chad Daybell, talking about y'all got married. You was Lori Daybell. Now you want to
This witness shouldn't take too much longer. I'll have the jury wait for a few minutes. We'll see if we can finish this witness as we go into the lunch hour.
Yes, I
But I'll
agree,
excuse the
Don.
jury for just a few minutes because we're having technical difficulty with the court reporter being able to hear.
on until they went into a recess. God, that told you it was like that. So we are all caught up, but y'all. Listen, I'm confused. Girl, you want to have it both ways. Come on now. What happened to the tag? Oh, did I take? Hold on. Okay, we on the record. Hold on, let me bring it back because he came right back. Come
Do you
on.
want her to answer that question? Because you're opening up a really big door.
Girl.
If you want her to answer the question, I'll have her answer the question.
Girl, and let her.
How am I supposed to know what a lot of things are?
He just said to you, you want her to answer the question? Yeah.
All right. If you want her to answer the question,
Child.
there's no objection from the state. We'll bring the jury back in and have her
Yeah,
answer
let
the
it
question.
out. Let it out. Let it out. OMG. Allie, get your popcorn, girl. Get your popcorn. Because, baby girl, ooh. It's about to get, whatever you drinking on water, wine, you better go get it. I'm sipping a little agua from my mug. But y'all better go get your popcorn, y'all, because this daggone witness is not playing with Lori. Now, okay, are y'all? Oh, so they went out to get the jury, but they said we were going to. Y'all, I'm so excited over it. Girl, my heart is racing because it's about to go down. It's about to go down. Allie on the stand is a woman that was talking to Charles. And they went on a date the day that. Basically the night before he was unalive, because she said like 10:45. And so, y'all, my whole heart is beating so bad. And of course, Lori is the narcissist that she is. And so she wants to go on it. Y'all, we caught up. So